Welcome to TJ's wacky world of weird shit. Step right up. We got trinkets. We got baubles. We got knickknacks. We got doodads, doohickeys, doojiggers, and a dastardly bevy of devious devices to delight and or dismay. We got things, we got thingies, we got thingamas of both the jig and bob variety. We got whatsits, whatchamacallits, and whatnots. We've got who's a whatsits. We got gadgets and gizmos. We got implements to shock, appliances to amaze. We got components, contraptions, curiosities. We got novelties. We got bric-a-bracs. We got souvenirs, antiques, mementos, and even a few conversation pieces. So step your stupid ass inside, and a bunch of random human junk will flood your senses and take you to another fantastic plane of unbelievable existence on Deep Fat Fried!
Deep Fat Fried!
Wow. You better knock my balls right out of the sack with this episode.
All the effort in the episode went
all the effort went in the intro. It's all lazy from here.
Yeah, this is all intro.
Shit.
This is TJ had a bunch of random crap, and he had to fucking find a way to fit it together.
Yeah, this just came. I was looking at shit. Like, should I do it about this? Should I do about this? Trying to figure out what the episode is about. I'm like, you know what? Fuck all this. I'm just gonna pull a bunch of random shit.
Yep.
Here's a bunch of random objects that happen to exist in the world. Random shit. Just random fucking bric-a-brac and whatever, all those other fucking words. Why is there so many words for junk, by the way?
Doodads, the doohickeys, the doojiggers.
And I didn't even pull them all. There's way more.
There's like
tchotchkes.
Yeah.
Tchotchkes and curios.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different names from that you left out too. Yeah, there's
I know a shit ton. Like, I only pulled
honestly, when
it would go on. I mean, like, I could just do. It would be an all intro show.
You know why there's so many words for it and so many ways of describing it? Because monkey like shiny thing.
Monkey like thing.
Shiny thing make monkey go
Take monkey banana. Take monkey money.
Monkey likey.
You
and
really
also, I was kind of
tell.
inspired by this character from Little Shop of Horrors, Weird Wink Wilkinson, who had an entire show about this, apparently, where, people just brought in weird shit, and he's like, whoa, that's a weird thing. So I figured I could do that. So we'll start with this thing.
That is a medieval torture device that was put on women who were mouthy to their husbands. I remember this because I've been to the Museum of Torture in San Francisco.
Very good, Paul. This is what's called a scold's bridle.
Yes.
This is a Belgian one. You see there's a bell on top to draw even more attention to the woman. Now, this would actually... these would actually be placed on women, because if they were gossips or they blasphemed or they questioned the authority of the church or anything like that, one of these would be placed on their heads, and this would literally physically prevent them from speaking. So it's basically just like, and then, it was obviously a humiliation tactic and all this other stuff, and there's a bell on this one to draw even more attention to the wearer. So a scold's bridle, sometimes called a witch's bridle, a gossip's bridle, a brank's bridle, or simply branks, was an instrument of punishment as a form of torture and public humiliation. It was an iron muzzle in an iron framework that enclosed the head. A bridle bit was slid into the mouth and pressed down on top of the tongue, often with a spike on the tongue as a compress. It functioned to silence the wearer from speaking entirely and cause extreme pain and physiological trauma, to scare and intimidate the wearer into submission. The scold's bridle was overwhelmingly used on women and was often done so upon request from the husbands or other family members. This prevented speaking and resulted in many unpleasant side effects for the wearer, including salivation, and fatigue in the mouth.
The thing I would question with this is there much documented use?
Oh, yeah. This was actually
so this is not,
this was widely used in Scotland and a little bit less, but still fairly widely used in England. around the 1500s through the 1800s.
Some of these things,
there wasn't much use of it in the New World. This was actually codified in Scottish law as a punishment. So,
okay. Well, yeah, because it's like
it
the
was
Iron
never
Maiden,
actually officially codified in England or whatever, but it still was used. So yeah, this actually was used. Women were placed in these at certain times and context.
Oh man, that's horrible.
These are pretty awful. Like I said, I learned about these going to a museum in San Francisco down on Fisherman's Wharf. That's like it's got tons of this type of stuff. And this one I recognized almost immediately. It might even be one of the ones they have down there. A picture of it. I don't know. But a lot of them were made with different, like, in addition to being horrible torture devices, they were like made with different types of faces too, to make you even look more.
Yeah, some of them even ridiculous. Like cover up the entire face, basically.
Or they have like more exaggerated bug eyes or a bigger nose that goes out way in front. There's like the big conical nose or whatever. They were just trying to make you
put a safe search on, because some of these do appear in like fetish stuff as well.
Sure.
So here's another one. This one covers way more of the face. Kind of makes you look like a horrible sort of figure. A lot of them have these sharp teeth to kind of like, oh, she's a vicious, horrible person that says mean things.
Yeah. Make them look
Some of
like
them are more about making you look foolish or stupid. There's obviously more of a fetishy design there. This is like more of a basic one. Doesn't really have a face to it. Fetish. Here you go. Here's a depiction of what you might have seen. You know, just like you're walking down the street, you see a woman just like wearing one of these, and you're just like, oh wow, yeah.
Won't gossip now, will ya?
Oh, I guess this picture is derived from MGTOW Goes Medieval, urges return of Scold's bridle to shut women up. So there's still some advocates of the Scold's bridle kicking around the planet, just so you know.
Well, I've met some dudes that need a Scold's bridle too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know why we gotta gender it.
Like about half, I would say about 20% of these are like fetish shit now. So, you know, just like whatever. But
sure.
So here's the thing. I have no information on this. I don't know where I would even find information on this. But this is a nightmarish object.
Hang up the towel. Hang it up.
This just exists in your world. No?
I've never seen this, but this is reminiscent of the 80s to me. There was like this kind of like market starting where people could like make their own little, they would send you, companies would send you these little porcelain things and then a thing of paints. And my mom used to do this. They would send little tchotchkes to you to paint up, and most of them get lost or broken or whatever. But sometimes they end up finding their way into like the bathroom as a decoration or some shit. And I'd be willing to bet that that's what this was. It probably came as like a total white plaster thing with a kit to paint it up. It looks like it's got a lot of age on it. It looks like it's been sitting where it is in a long time. So I'd be willing to bet, because it is reminiscent of some of the crap I remember my mom getting.
I love how nightmarish it is, and then the message in it is just hang up the towel.
Yeah,
it's like.
Well, I think it's
like
supposed to
like sheer nightmarish terror. Hang up the towel.
I think it's supposed to evoke, like, the hands are supposed to not evoke shock, but like stop. And it's supposed to be like she's yelling at you, like, hang up the towel. Stop.
She's reminding you.
But it really does look like she's seeing the face of God himself for the first time, and the many-headed beast that lives within, and her
God forgot to hang up the towel, so she's like the first thought, you know.
I shall give you all knowledge in the universe, but first, did you hang up that towel?
I'm terrified beyond comprehension, and my mortal mind is breaking at the very sight of you. But please, God, hang up the towel. Come on.
Yeah,
my bad.
That is very.
Here's another creepy one.
What the fuck is that though? Is that just somebody's melted wax face?
Yes, this is an early 19th century wax mannequin from Germany. The wax child was stored face down in a heated attic for years, flattening its nose into an unsettling snout. So this is an object that exists. It was once probably sculpted to actually be the right shape, but over time it melted down to this nightmarish contortion of human features.
Yeah, this is I got to be honest with you. I like this type of shit. Like,
oh yeah, I would totally fucking have this as like a decoration or something.
This
like
would be cool to have
shit
up on the mantle or something. You know what I mean?
Oh my god, yeah. This would be like a
super
crazy.
duper.
This is one of like I said. There'd be some conversation pieces. This would definitely, if you put it in your house, be a conversation piece, or it'd be like I do not want to have a conversation with this person.
I know some people wouldn't be able to hang with, but I like this. You know, kind of conversation.
But that's exactly
stuff.
like you put that in your fucking on your mantle or something. People are like, oh,
why not hanging above your bed, TJ? Have it look you deeply in your eyes.
That might be a little much.
What
I think
about
a coffee table placement or a mantle placement is probably
creepy wax
about,
mannequin?
What about what about hanging out from underneath your bed?
Ooh. Oh yeah.
You know
or it's like on a spring-loaded system, so like when you put your feet down, sometimes it's
I like it.
But yeah, this is just a little nightmare for you.
Nightmare fuel.
So there was a person on online was like, "What the hell is with this key,
dude? Wait a minute, go back."
Okay, sorry. Here you go.
That nose looks like a nuke, dude.
Oh yeah, it's like a mushroom cloud. You're right. You could like paint a little mushroom cloud on there. If
this thing fucking called the nuclear annihilation. People's flesh melting off of bone. The nuke cloud right in the middle.
Yeah. You should get like a little plaque. You should buy this thing, Paul. Put a little plaque under it that just says like "Bring on the nukes." You know,
it could. Yeah,
they paint a little mushroom cloud on the nose.
I want to get like a pink neon plaque for it.
Oh yeah,
and then surround the head with like some neon rays. You know what I mean?
That's pretty good color theory.
Rays of radiation.
I think that would actually look really good.
I know. Give me that head. Buy me that head, and I'll make it happen. So
this here, someone was online trying to identify this key. They're like, what's with this key? What could a key like this possibly open?
What can it be?
It's not a key. It's a roach clip that's meant to be disguised as a key.
Oh, snap.
Smart, dude.
And people say stoners don't innovate. Come on.
That's pretty funny. I like that shit. I've never seen one of those.
The cops pull you over, you get that stupid ass, back in the day especially, get that paraphernalia charge for shit. Like if you had a roach clip, they could be like, even if you didn't have weed on, you could be like, oh, that's paraphernalia though.
Yeah.
So, if you got your paraphernalia disguised as an everyday common household item that you totally have on you naturally, like a key, put it on your keychain and like, oh yeah, this is my key.
I mean, it does look a little like exotic for a key.
Yeah, but would someone really give it a second glance? Probably not in most circumstances. No. A key is such a common everyday household. And even this person who found it and like realized that it did this motion was still like, what is this key? But no, it's not a key. It's just meant to look like one.
Sometimes the best place to hide is in plain sight.
Right. So this next one is a video. It's the only video I pulled. This is for the K-Tel. By the way, as far as I can tell, I don't know if any of these still exist. This might just be totally gone from the world. I was not able to find any modern day examples of someone having one of these, but it did at least exist at one point. And I would assume probably still exists somewhere on the fucking face of the earth.
Let's see.
This is the K-Tel mood shirt.
Ooh, a mood shirt?
From the 70s.
3, 2, 1.
It's a fun fashion sensation. The incredible I'm in the Mood shirt. Perfect for today's lifestyle. It's fun. Goes where you go. The Mood applique actually changes color responding to your mood, your hidden emotions. Black, you are tense. Green, you are more relaxed. And finally, the most desired shade of violet blue. You are in the mood. A fun part of your life. The In the Mood shirt comes in a complete range of sizes and colors. In the Mood shirts. Available at leading stores everywhere.
All right. I mean,
leading stores everywhere.
This is basically like you want a fuck shirt.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, like these are obviously. Well, I guess it's definitely like a double entendre.
When it turns green, Paul, you're
right
in the mood.
But this is like back in the 70s. My mom was actually into these. Not these shirts, but mood rings. Have you guys ever heard of mood rings?
Oh yeah,
of course. That's like the more popular version of this. But this was the only.
Oh, we got those when we were kids. We got moon rings and shit.
They're popular as a little nostalgic thing now, but there was actually like a craze. There was actually like a craze of the mood ring back in the 60s and 70s and shit. Where when they came out, every kid wanted to have one, and then every parent wanted to have one because, it was also a big resurgence in astrology at that time. a lot of people started like looking at this new agey kind of new wavy kind of thing.
What's
This is
your
part of that. I don't know about the shirt though. The only thing did you guys ever have one of those Massimo shirts?
Yes.
Oh God, yeah.
That was super popular when I was a kid.
That it's kind of different, right? Probably than this was, but the whole shirt, like you could fucking like leave handprints on it. And it would change in the sunlight. And
right, yeah.
Yeah, I remember those. I didn't have one of those specific ones, but yeah.
There was a bunch of brands that did it. I just remember.
I know what you're talking about.
It was just a gimmick for the time period.
Yeah, a little gimmick of the. Okay, I want you guys. A lot of these products here, they don't really have a lot of like actual use or functionality. This next one though, very useful. And in fact, this is the banana slicer.
Finally,
boom! Finally, you can chop a banana. Come on.
I mean,
who could have thought of it?
It does limit the amount of effort that it would take to chop a banana.
Yeah.
Even if you're real fast, if you could do it all in once, you probably beat the fastest banana chopper ever.
It's one chop instead of sitting there all this tedious.
Even more impressive though is those are perfectly
for a mere $11.
TJ,
you can save countless seconds.
They have perfectly ripe bananas too.
Like 2 or 3 of them.
There's just like it used to be green. And now it's like the perfect banana. So you want to have a bowl. But I mean, like the only application I've ever seen anyone do this with is like, I don't know, maybe they're cutting up a bunch of fruit or
by the time you went and got, so you'd have to, it doesn't really save time because you'd have to go get the fucking thing.
You know what? Yeah. This is superior. This is superior in every way to a knife. And let me tell you why.
All right. Lay it out.
Number one, when you chop a banana, because the banana has a natural curvature, TJ, you know this better than most. Natural curvature to it.
Curvature, right.
Most people do not adjust the banana to try and get. But this has
end
a
up with them wonky slices.
And
you
end up with the some slices
contours to the banana.
Right. Some slices are nice little rounds, and some of them have like this wonky like triangle shape on the top because you just chop.
True.
This doesn't.
True.
Every slice as uniform as can be. Look at that.
Well, not everyone is as enlightened as Paul. So there's a lot of people that don't appreciate this and leave these very sarcastic reviews. Or maybe these are genuine positive reviews. Let's see. I can't believe I have wasted the first 35 years of my existence on this earth by not having this wonderful banana slicer. These are Amazon reviews, by the way. All this time I've been standing there in the kitchen counter like a complete idiot, wasting countless seconds slicing my bananas with a knife. A knife! Can you believe how foolish I was? Listen, this banana slicer will change your life. After slicing a banana or 2 or 3, hell, slice as many as you want. It takes no time at all. You will feel like you have honey badger blood flowing through your veins and have Charlie Sheen DNA. It's probably written around the time when Charlie Sheen was more popular, but still, you get it.
I want some Charlie
memes aside.
I want some of Charlie Sheen's drugs, dude.
Dude, you missed out on the best one, TJ. Read the shorter review right above that one.
I tried the banana slicer and found it unacceptable. As shown in the picture, the slicer is curved from left to right. All my bananas are bent the other way. Fuck! Oh, man, that sucks. You set your banana down, you're like, wait a fucking goddamn cotton picking minute. What the shit? Bananas fuck. Oh, no!
All bananas curve to the left. This is known.
No longer shall I have to disturb my family's slumber using my laser-guided compound miter saw to cut precision banana slices. Yeah. Think about how hard it used to be to get that precision.
Yeah. Not anymore.
You had to fucking break out space-age technology. No more throwing bananas at the ceiling fan for me. This product has saved me the work of peeling the banana slices off the wall after the fan slices them. Thanks, Banana Slicer. This is a great product. I just want to say, like,
I'm ordering
$4. That's it. Can you still buy it?
Yes.
Well, I don't want you to get your Amazon account because you'll probably have some personal information. But yeah.
Well, it's actually more expensive than that. They're kind of like lying to you here.
What?
Yeah, it's like. Last I checked, it was $6, and the asking price when they introduced it was $11.50 or some shit. Oh man,
come on, dude! $11, $6 I would have paid.
This is probably just like a fucking little advertisement that they paid that fucking insider.
Behold, an unassuming book bound in human flesh.
Oh man, like some.
I feel like we've covered these before. Like we've been doing the show for not maybe not in detail, but I think we've mentioned like a tome bound in human.
It might have even been the same one. There's more than one. This one I found. This was kind of interesting because it's at Harvard University, right? It was in 2014. It was discovered that Houghton Library at Harvard University was home to a book bound in human skin. The library acquired the volume called, all right, this is in French. I'm going to butcher the pronunciation. Des Destinies de l'Âme, Destinies of the Soul. In the 1930s, it was initially bound in the mid 1800s by a doctor named Ludovic Bouland. The doctor reportedly had a female patient who died from natural causes, but her body was never claimed. Bouland used the skin from her back to have the book bound. Bouland later wrote, "A book about the human soul deserved to have a human covering."
He murdered did.
And you know what? It's even crazier. As he bound this book, "Goodbye Horses" by Q Lazarus was playing in the background, dude.
Man, you guys,
the spine of the book was an actual human spine.
Actual spine, yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck, dude?
But yeah, you can actually, this is still, I guess, in the Harvard Library, so you can, I don't know if you can check it out. Probably not. It's like a historic thing. At this point,
I don't think they're going to let you.
Guys.
Would they let you touch it?
Maybe. I don't know. Probably not.
You, like, flip through this?
You guys have, for a long time, men have had pens, right?
Pens?
You know?
Yeah, I guess.
Pens, like, writing utensils, the simple pen. I'm not setting up some kind of like penis joke or some kind of shit
I'm
like that.
I'm always on edge with that shit, though. I'm just making sure.
It's just like a pen. You got a pen, right? But it's for men. Pen for men. It even rhymes.
Why is it a pen?
Pen.
Why is it for men, though?
I mean, it's just how it's been.
It's a pen.
But finally, introducing, ladies and gentlemen, the pen for women.
For her, Miss Bic.
Yes.
Oh, so
this is
pink?
Miss Bic for her. Unlike masculine pens, this pen is pink, ladies. Come on.
Wow.
Comfort grip.
Miss Bic.
And it's comfortable. Men's pens, not at all comfortable.
There are certain products that are gendered that have like just no need to be. This is
it's so odd how people have allowed these colors to be attached to gender, because like not that long ago in human history, at the founding of our nation and before, pink was like a color that you'd only see men in. Pink was like purple in that it denoted royalty or nobility or leadership or whatever. George Washington,
and it was seen as being closer to red, which was like a masculine color, like color of blood.
George Washington was inaugurated in a full head to toe pink suit of different tones of pink. That's actually true. So this whole idea that like pink is feminine is just stupid. And then naming it Miss Bic as if a human hand on a woman needs a different type of pen.
I never knew that it was never Mr. Bic, was it? I mean, what the fuck
was response to all that gendered advertising shit where it's like, oh, it's deodorant for him, deodorant for her, but it's just like it's the same shit and it smells the same.
There's just products out there that there's no reason to like. There's literally a product on the market right now called Dude Wipes that's like flushable butt wipes, but like for men. There's nothing different about them. They're just marketed towards men. And it's like, I guess it's because like it's considered like feminine or something to like want comfort when you're wiping your ass. Like real men wipe their ass with pine cones or whatever. I don't know.
Real men want skid marks.
Like, what are we talking about here, motherfucker? Pen. I mean, the pen has always been a gender neutral fucking implement, bro.
A lot of products are like that. They don't. It's like, oh, this is the women's clothing. This is, these toys are for kids. Like, they're really not. I mean, anyone can back when
I was shaving my face all the time and shit, I would have these Schick Quadra razors, right? The one that had 4 blades
for men.
And my ex-wife would have the Lady Schick Quadra, which was the same. We had the same refill blade. It was just hers had a pink flowery thing around the blade, and mine had this very straight, like brutalist utilitarian thing around the blade. It was like
hers, stupid. Of course, was double the price.
Yeah, hers was more expensive than mine to buy the whole kit. It's just ridiculous. So like this whole for him, for her thing. Yeah. Oh, another thing I'd put in my house. I don't necessarily like killing of animals for no reason, but this has already been done. The deed's been done. You can't unfuck the deer, you know what I mean? And so like give me that. Yeah.
It's a little deer table. It's a deer stand. Get it?
This table is dear to me.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I just saw this and I was like, what?
I'd totally
this table makes me buck for joy, TJ.
Yeah.
I want that as a coffee table or something, or as an ironing board. I don't even have an ironing board, so maybe.
Well, this
I
could
get
be
that.
it, Paul.
Yeah.
You got a fucking opening for an ironing board. This might be your fucking motherfucker right here.
That looks pretty good as an ironing board. A Putin butt plug?
This is a Vladimir Putin butt plug.
Proudly
Vladimir
made in America.
Putin.
Feel the glorious leader of Russia deep inside.
Get your butthole destroyed by Vladimir Putin.
Isn't the whole idea to insult him by putting him in your ass?
Yeah.
Like there are people out there that really don't have enough grievances with the American government, that they hate Vladimir Putin enough that they wanted
I guess so.
Put him in their shit chute. I don't get it, because this next to the proudly made in America thing means it's marketed to Trump patriot types that are like poo, or whatever the fuck.
Well, no, if you look at some of the other stuff on this dude's page, he's got a Trump butt plug and some other ones as well.
Okay,
but I just thought Vladimir Putin was I don't know, it was the most fun for me.
Really? Because I would like to see how's the Trump butt plug look, dude?
That's all right. Hold on.
Look, it looks terrific. It's a great butt plug. Plushed many thousands of people.
But yeah, I mean, the Putin butt plug is nice, but I want to see that Trump. Now you've told me that these exist. I can't not see them.
Okay, hold on. Here you go. Here's the Trump one.
Dude.
Donald Trump.
Wow.
Yeah, this guy's like a sculptor and a 3D artist. So I want to read it.
I think Trump's a little too slim. I think they need to fatten up that butt
plug. They need to fatten that one up. But here's the thing about this butt plug, though. So when I read this article, I was kind of disappointed by the time I reached the end, and I think you'll see why. Oh, fine. I'll go into more detail. The plug comes from M Style 183, a sculptural artist who works in 3D printing. According to the product description, the concept of a Putin butt plug was meant to be the biggest, gayest slap in the face possible. As the artist puts it, I wanted to ridicule Mr. Putin, so I wanted to make a voodoo-like doll of him so people could do whatever they wanted to Mr. Putin in the privacy of their own home. However, what a better way to attack Mr. Putin's shirtless, bear wrestling reputation, make him into the shape of a butt plug. The plug is currently up for sale at Shapeways, an online store specializes in 3D printed materials, although you should probably think twice before inserting it. Apparently, it's made of sandstone, which sounds about as pleasant as you would imagine. So, yeah, you can't actually probably use this butt plug unless you're willing to suffer some pretty nasty ass abrasions, because that's not an insert friendly material, unless you're a particularly bold butt adventurer.
I would be personally fucking bowled over with joy if somebody made a butt plug of me. You know what I mean? I would be so flattered you couldn't unflatter me ever. So I really don't. I think, dude, Vladimir Putin is probably way more of a megalomaniac than I am. So he probably looks at that shit and goes even the butt plugs look like me in America.
They are triggered by me.
He works as a butt plug, though.
This is a Mickey Mouse gas mask.
Huh. Well...
was it made by Disney?
Yes.
I've heard about these. I think I've seen these before, but yeah. I think the idea was to make them something fun for the kids to put on so they weren't scared of them.
Yeah, this is wartime shit.
And they failed. They failed because that looks more hideous than an actual gas mask.
This article worked yesterday, so I don't know why it's fucked up today. But
you used up your free view, TJ.
We noticed you're blocking ads, TJ.
Yesterday was your freebie for the month, TJ. You
yesterday. So whatever. I'll just pull a different article about it.
Yeah, fuck.
Here we go.
Who is this? The Washington Post? Get out of it, dude.
Yeah, fuck the police.
Fuck you, Bezos.
On January 7th, 1942, a month after the Pearl Harbor attack, the owner of Sun Rubber Company, T.W. Smith Jr., along with his assistant, Dietrich Rempel, presented a sketch of a proposed Mickey Mouse gas mask to the Chief of Chemical Warfare Services, Major General William N. Porter. The mask was intended for children and was given the look of famous Mickey Mouse character to make the mask more child-friendly. Sun Rubber Company went on to produce over 1,000 of the Mickey Mouse gas masks and was given the Army Navy E for Excellence in 1944. The masks were never produced in sufficient quality to be distributed en masse, and very few would survive the coming years, and only a handful of examples are known to exist today. The mask uses a standard 6-point head harness, 2 small circular lenses, an M10 style filter, and a red plastic exhale valve. And you see this one's in pretty rough shape, but not many of these still exist to this day.
Well, they only made a little over 1,000. And
I mean, if a serial killer ever gets their hands on this, there's going to be a rampage. That's all I can say, man. This is perfect for that, man. Can you imagine this being the last thing you see with just a knife?
You just look at the fuck. You wake up in the middle of the night, look at the fucking foot of your bed, and it's just standing there.
You're like, oh shit.
No, you died. Now you're dead, bitch.
It's like, oh no.
Like, oh no.
And I guess that's probably brings us to speed. I do have this thing on some medical devices if you want to look at it.
Oh.
Whoa. Kind of briefly go over these, although I think we've reached our thing, but we got this left. So.
What the fuck is that?
This is an osteotome.
What does it do?
Before general anesthetics were around, amputations were incredibly painful and dangerous. Bones were often splintered and the tissue around them damaged by the harsh impact of a hammer and chisel on the jolts of a saw. Surgeons needed to find a way to speed up the procedure and reduce the risk of complications. The solution came in the form of the osteotome, a device with a chain sharp enough and sharp cutting teeth that was cranked. So basically, this is like a manual
hand. It's a chainsaw for legs and arms
to chop off your leg.
Wonderful.
It's because you don't get pain really if you just get your leg chopped off.
That's pretty cool.
So they just crank the, and they chop
by hand.
By hand, yeah.
Fun
times.
I mean, would it be better if they hooked it up to a motor?
I mean, this would be quicker. Yeah. This is the trepan. Trepan?
The fuck?
I know what these are for poking holes in your head for trepanation.
Yeah. Yep, holes cut in your head to expose dura mater, the brain's tough outer layer. This was done using a trepan, which is essentially a hand-operated drill.
Slipknot has a song called Trepanation. So
we know about the iron lung.
Zip.
Lithotome. What is this? An iron. This long claw-like instrument was inserted up the urethra and into the bladder.
Grab the fucking bladder, your gallstones. Oh no, man!
Surgeon would then use them to grip onto small bladder stones and pull them right the fuck out. Or they would use the blade to cut up the larger ones so they could be weeded out. This all happened while the patient was awake and undoubtedly in a lot of pain. The surgeon also had to make sure they didn't slice the bladder in the process, or the patient may bleed to death. So
it's your best interest not to move either.
Yeah, stay still and just kind of grit your teeth and bear with it.
There's kind of a scene in you remember in Deadwood where the dog
yeah.
Use
Alice engine has to
brutal. This is an old speculum.
Wow.
Looks unpleasant. Yeah,
looks like it'd be real cozy.
Here is a bullet extractor. The introduction of firearms into the battlefield in the early 1200s changed the face of warfare. Until this invention of this revolutionary device, only bullets close to the surface of the skin could be removed. This bullet extractor allowed surgeons to dig much deeper. It consisted of a hollow rod containing a screw, which could be lengthened or shortened using the handle on the top. The instrument was placed in the wound, and the screw lengthened in order to pierce the bullet and remove it.
Fun.
Wow.
Circumcision scissors.
What the?
No. Medieval surgeon Abu al-Qassam al-Zahrawi transformed circumcision from a religious ritual to a surgical procedure. He invented several medical instruments and is believed to have been the first to use scissors in surgery. He favored these over the use of knives in circumcision. As he said, they made the cuts more even. I'm sure they did. Here is a tonsil guillotine. Device was invented in 1828, became standard for removing tonsils. However, by the 19th century, surgeons used the scalpel and forceps instead. So yeah, so that's some of the stuff that exists in your world. And I like stuff because it always tells a story or at least implies one.
Yeah.
And no surprise, the world is full of fucking shit. So if you fucking want more of these, it's an easy one to do. Not as easy as you would think, though, because a lot of times now when you fucking search for weird stuff or weird objects or strange items or oddities or whatever, you just find a bunch of people trying to sell you shit. It's like a bunch of lists of like 26 weirdest things that you could buy on Amazon. It's like, fuck you. I want real weird shit, not shit I can find on fucking Amazon.
That's just affiliate link shit. That's all it is.
I know. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. See you next time.
2022 will be the year that we literally drown you in content. 156 standard 30-minute episodes of Deep Fat Fried, 52 long-form episodes of Deep Fat Fried, 37 episodes of Dank D&D, live episodes of Onion Nuggets every Wednesday, new Cinema for Cynics reviews, Fighting Boys, Abandon Hope, Ideology, Ask Hollywood Love, and The Grease Trap. And even if you manage to watch it all, we still have a massive back catalog of old content that's going to blow your mind. We have got metric tons of old commentaries, grease traps, mountains of Deep Fat Fried episodes. We got oceans of flash fries. We got valleys of Abandon Hope and Ideology and other miscellaneous content you could watch for weeks, if not months, straight. And with all this content, both new and old, we have realized that it is time to simplify our Patreon. Yes! Right now, our Patreon is split into a $10 tier and a $5 tier. Now, this has long aggrieved us because our philosophy in this company is that simplicity is best. How do we create so much content? We keep it simple. We keep it streamlined. We commit to a process, and we constantly fine-tune that process. Anything that wastes time, we get rid of. Having two patron tiers is not in line with our philosophy. So, we've decided to unify into a single tier at the price point of $7. Join the Pessimist Productions Patreon today, because we are looking very forward to entertaining you all in 2022.
Deep Fat Fried. Deep Fat Fried.